Hey, what is up? This is Jason from Cool Home. Today I'm going to show you about 5 to 6 type of ceiling and how do we do that using Cool Home's construction tool. First, you can enter the construction tool by going to Advanced tool and just click into it. And of course, before you have it, you need to have a room put on the floor. In this week, I'm going to show you first is how to do a tapered ceiling. In here, we will be using the rectangular tool. So first is by using the rectangular tools. If you click on the angle, you will see that it automatically snaps to the corner of the wall. So right now, if you're seeing here is you're really seeing the exact dimension of the custom shape that we're going to draw here. So let's say our depth of the ceiling is 24 inches. And then we're just typing the same number. And there you go. We can also, verify it using the measurement tool to be exact. We missed it a little bit, but that is okay. So the basic principle to draw a tapered ceiling is to draw the shape. So using the line tool, you can use the line tool conveniently to divide two spaces. By dividing two spaces, you also see there is a color. If you zoom in a little bit, when you're extending the line, that means your line is perfectly vertical on the z-axis. So by dividing this line and connecting it, this is how we get an angled edge here. So if I actually, lower my camera, it will make a lot of sense. And we can use the push and pull tool. Okay, it's very easy. It doesn't really, the push and pull does not really snap to the point. Kind of bad, but what the way to do it here is use our measurement tool and measure the width of the house. So this is 172.09. We'll just type in that exact number. There you go. And we do that for the same thing here. Okay, I got it to the wrong direction, but no worries, you can always undo it. Push and pull again, and 172.9, and there you go. So how do we clean the rest of it? Very simple. You can simply click and delete face. Click and delete faces. Another trick of showing, which I've mentioned in a previous video, is you can check on and off whether if you want to show furniture or walls. So here, obviously, we don't want it to, so we can just use, this tool. Once this is finished, of course, you can apply different finishes on the side. I mean, when you are modeling it, you don't have to have it open, but when you click Show Panel, then you can click on, drag and drop wood finishes to the ceiling. If I zoom in, you can see this. And you can use material brush, conveniently pick finishes and apply to the other side. All right, there you go. So with few modifications, you'll see something renders like this. So let me delete the ceiling we just made by using the Shift and double click. So you will select all the element that is connected to this piece of geometry, which you can either group it or delete it. So we'll start from scratch and build another different types of ceiling. In this type of ceiling, we will be using the offset tool, which is a really nice trick to create different effects. Let me just show you. First, go to rectangular again. So in this case, we're going to actually draw the rectangle to cover the entire ceiling, okay? So we get this surface, okay? You're gonna see the surface has been generated. So then what we do next is use the push and pull. And let's see, we want still the same 24-inch ceiling. And there you go. So a really nice tool, a trick here is use the offset. Click on the surface that you wanted to offset, and you can see it is offsetting the boundary lines of the ceiling. So let's say we want it to be a 36-inch offset all the way from the floor, and you can hit, push and pull back up again to another 12-inch. So this way, you will be able to create a different curves on the ceiling and add lights later, which I'll cover in the later videos. What if you want to do, a slightly more filleted shape here? Easy. Let's actually go back, and then let's do something a little funky. Let's go back again. Offset, and let's set offset to be slightly smaller. Let's say 12 inches, right? And as you click on the surface, you will notice something called a filleted edge will show up. And as you click on the surface and delete it, and when you click on the surface again, you'll see something called a chamfer showed up. This is a really fun feature, one of my favorite. Once you click on it, you actually get to decide what is the fillet angle on each corner. So we do something like, let's do something more dramatic. Let's say we want it to be 30 degrees. And there you go. So you can see this empty inside of the ceiling is a little bit empty, but you can always use push and pull and back down again, or you can also push it up, right? So I recommend just push it down, and then I will show you a trick of how to close this hole. The trick is, once you have the lines connected, see the color changing? It means I'm perfectly on orthogonal axis, right? Click, and let's connect this part again. Click. And then after you close the line, you can see 3 surfaces has been created, right? And now what you can do is you can either apply different surface finishes to the ceiling. See if I want a wood here and stone on top. This is a little ridiculous, but also the nice trick is you can click on the line itself and delete it. What this does, it will blend the one surface as one. And there you go. You have got a really nice looking soft edge and custom ceilings here. Okay. Another really fun trick I wanted to share here. Let me just double click. Again, keyboard shortcut Shift plus double click, delete this. Go to rectangular tools, select the corner pieces, push and pull, say 24 again, and let's do offset. Let's do it for 36 this time. Okay, and there will be one type of ceiling that you can use push and pull, let's say 12. Well, let's make it a little bit dramatic, 18 inches, right? And here, let's delete this face, okay? And delete using the Shift key to select all the surfaces surrounded by this piece. So we already have one surface that's floating above this, the frame. And what's really cool is now you can connect those with lines, and you'll see what will happen. So use the lines, connect. Okay, we have one edge surface here, and try that again. And let's go ahead and connect all the rest of the surface. And you can tell already, like once I start closing them, you have created a tapered edge all around the ceiling, which is pretty cool. Okay, some of you might ask, what if I want to create a slightly more sophisticated tapered edge, you know, have a bit more advanced profile? How do I do that? Very easy and also super interesting way to do it. One of my favorite to try those two. This is called lofting. Okay, it's similar to follow the paths in SketchUp. It's basically once you have a profile ready, you can ask the profile to follow enclosed lines or surfaces. Let me show you. So let's delete this. Okay, let's draw a profile. And previously, I haven't, me personally does not use the reference lines a lot, but I would like to say this is a super useful feature. It's right here, it's called guidelines. And also, if you guys ever forgot any screenshots, just any shortcuts, if you forgot any keyboard shortcuts, just go to help. And there you go. So let's create some guidelines. Let's draw a profile here. Let's say 12, right? And let's say we want to do 72 inches down, which this might be too much. Let's do 48. And you can always delete the guideline if you want. And let's do another guidelines, you know, maybe just a few inches, you know, down here. Let's say 6 inches. And let's do another one, another 12 inches here. And I'm going to draw a profile here. And I want you guys to watch closely, see what would happen after I finish it. Let's snap to the edge. Oh, okay. I think we need another guideline. All right, right here. Perfect. Okay, let's draw the line tools. Okay. So you see the intersection point. Okay. This is where it gets interesting, right? So once I have the profile, maybe the profile is not too dramatic, and all I have to do is click on the surface. You know, it's asking to select a surface, and there's a thing called loft. Okay, let's make this reference lines a slightly more dramatic. Let's add, you know, another one here. Let's say 24 inches. Okay. And then I'm going to use my line tool to connect this point first. So this is the profile that we wanted to loft, right? And then another really important thing is you need to have rectangular drawn, which is a surface drawn on the ceiling first. See, this is a face editor, not a suspended ceiling editor, right? Click on the editor, you know, click on the surface, and then go to your loft icon, which is right here. Click on the profile. Do you guys see what happened? It's basically made a lofting follow the paths of the entire triangular. So using this, there's infinite options. Let me go back again. You know, I can change this profile. Let's say like make a little changes like here. Let's say we want it to be, we want there to be an extension, right? And then we delete this piece. First, I think I have to make sure that this line is perfectly on the edge. Okay, I'm just going to delete this. This is weird. Okay. live demos, guys. Okay, let me move back again. Let's try some more interesting shapes. Okay, do this. Let me start from here. I want to try a bit more crazy shape, see if it works. Okay. There you go. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Select the surface again. Use loft. Select the profile. And there you go. If you look down, if I delete view surface, you'll see this is actually part of the profile. Let me go up there. Pretty cool, huh? All right. Last part, I'm going to show you how to use reference lines and how to use the grouping actions together to create really stunning customized the ceiling designs. Mostly focus on, you know, when we have a more repeatable elements. Let's do it. Go back to it, delete all the ceilings, delete the surface. Okay, let's delete all that. And this case, we'll do something, a combination of the push and pull and also the grouping tools. So first, we just need to draw the taper ceiling here, like how we did it here. Okay. And then let me use the reference line real quick. Let's put another one here. So just clear. So let me measure what's the distance between those two again. 42. Okay. 42 here. Okay. And let's draw the taper ceiling. There you go. Just gonna leave this reference line since we don't need it. Push and pull. And to the dimensions, let me measure again. So bad memories. 172. 72. Anything? Okay. What's really interesting here is when you use the guidelines, you can literally drop guidelines anywhere. So let's make a guideline out of this one. Let's say we want to add a series of wood rafters or beams here. Right? Let's say we want a 6 inch. Okay. Let's offset this to be 6 inches. And see, you can offset directly on the angle surface. Do that for 6 inch. Okay. And then let's delete some extra reference line here. So next step, use our tool to connect different reference lines. So let me just delete those two so it's not confusing, right? Okay. Connect those lines. This makes the profile of our wood beams, right? And then click on the surface and see push and pull. Let's say they're 6 inches each, right? And then use the keyboard shortcut. Shift, double click. Oh, crap. We didn't actually group this first. So let's go back. Okay. So actually, I would like to group this first. See. And group this one. Shift, double click, and group again. Okay. And then let's reconnect the surfaces. Did I just miss that line? Yes, I did. It's okay. We can always fix it by deleting the extra surfaces. See? All right. So now we have this. Now we can do a push and pull. Do 6 inches. See the difference if you have this once you click and double click. it doesn't stick to other models, so you're only grouping this whole beams. So hit group, okay, sweet. And now we can start to duplicate, right, along the lines. Let's say we want to say we have a 48 inches spine. It's pretty typical. And duplicate again. So another 48 inch. All right. So I'm going to show you what this render could look like. Nice, huh? Okay, let's delete all of this, what we have just created. Okay, and clear guys. And I'm going to show you something a little crazy. Okay, let's first draw a rectangular. Okay, so the trick here is once you double click, you actually go to enter the flat mode, which is a 2D mode. This is very convenient for making updates and especially draw profiles on the model. So here you can do and you can do, you know, something like this, right? And you can offset it. I should just use the reference line to, let's say, inches. Make sure it's on the surface though. So let me actually check the reference line. Oh, okay, it's showing up. There you go. So this is what you can do is, you know, slightly dividing up the spaces. Do another 6 inches here, 6 inches. Just give you like a reeded patterns look. Let's do that. Okay, and there you go. So what we can do is you can actually duplicate this as well. See? Right. So what we can do is let's duplicating this. So we know, and then control and select again. And there you go. So what do we achieve by doing this? We get a ton of reference lines, right? I'm just gonna control and shift and click and duplicate, right? And then you can clear the guys now, escape, delete the extra part of the ceiling, go back to 3D view, and use push and pull. Just drop, say I want this to be 36. I want this to be maybe 4. See the pattern here? Now you'll be able to do something slightly more crazy. Okay, I'm going to show you a few renders of what you can achieve. So with the same method, you'll be able to do something even more creative, right? You can even connect with your, you know, your finished Reeves model with existing ceiling. So there's really no limit what you can do here. I'm gonna do something like this. Look a little crazy. See, you already got an angle surface here, and you can even connect this angle surface with another one. Right. So no further ado, thanks for watching today's tutorial. Hope you like it, and subscribe to our channel, and we'll have more tutorial videos regarding the